In 642, 10 years after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, General Amr ibn al-As marches an Arab army into Alexandria, completing the 3-year Muslim conquest of Egypt. This ends Byzantine rule of the territory, which began with the Romans in 30 BC. In 1829, British Home Secretary Sir Robert Peel establishes London's Metropolitan Police, England's first professional police force, with its headquarters at Great Scotland Yard. It becomes a model for future police departments in various other countries, including the United States. In 1906, just 4 years after the birth of the Republic of Cuba, the U.S. invokes the Platt Amendment and begins a military occupation of Cuba 1 day after the resignation of Cuban President Tomás Estrada Palma. U.S. occupation lasts until 1909. In 1954, Willie Mays of the New York Giants makes an amazing over-the-shoulder catch, widely regarded as the greatest catch in baseball history, in Game 1 of the World Series. The Giants go on to defeat the Cleveland Indians in the series. In 1977, Star Wars theme Cantina Band, a 15-minute song made up of Star Wars music set to a disco beat by American trombonist and music producer Miko, hits number 1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. The album is nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Instrumental Performance, but it loses to the actual soundtrack to the movie Star Wars. Up next is the answer to yesterday's quiz. In 1982, a 12-year-old girl in Illinois becomes the first of 7 people in the Chicago area to die from Tylenol capsules that had been tainted with cyanide, forcing the manufacturer to recall 31 million bottles nationwide. The culprit is never caught, but it leads manufacturers to begin putting safety seals on pharmaceuticals and other products. In 1988, Discovery launches from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on the 26th NASA Space Shuttle mission. Dubbed the Return to Flight mission, it is the first since the Challenger explosion more than 2 years earlier in 1986. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. Which U.S. state was the first to fully grant women the right to vote? California, Montana, Utah, or Wyoming? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right tomorrow on Today in History.